Hey guys, I'm Becky from Book Bite Reviews, and it's time for the Owls. You guys have no idea how excited I am to take my owls again. I did it for the first time last year, and it was the most amazing experience. This is one of my all-time favorite readathons that have prompts. I'm just in love with it. I cannot wait to dive in. For those who do not know, The Owls is a magical readathon hosted by G from Book Roast. In April is The Owls, in August it is the Newts, and then usually sometime in December she will do another readathon. In 2019 it was the Winter Magical Readathon, so if you've been with me since December, that's what I was participating in when I would go and take the little quiz online to figure out what books I had to read that week. That was part of the Magical Readathon. So now it's time to take my owls again. I'm so excited. G has totally outdone herself again this year. Every time it just gets better and better. But now she has new careers. She has side certificates. It's amazing. I will have her announcement video linked right down below, so please check it out because she does a much better way of explaining than I ever could, so I'll just leave that up to her. I'm also going to be doing weekly reading vlogs for this readathon, so you guys can track my progress, see how I'm doing. I hope I do really well. But now let's jump right in and talk about the books that I'm going to be reading for the Owls. I do have a career in mind. I'm thinking of going for the graphic designer. However, I am going to try to read all 12 books for all 12 prompts. So let's dive in. With everything that is going on in the world with the coronavirus, libraries are pretty much shut down right now. So a lot of these books I do not have. I was hoping to get them from my library. So I may have to change all of these prompts later once April gets here. But for now, we're just gonna say what the original plan was and hope that it can still work out. The very first book is for Ancient Runes, and the prompt is to read a book that has a heart on the cover or in the title. For this prompt, I decided to read Snug by Katana Chestwind. This is a graphic novel that I've had my eye on. It's recently come out, and I cannot wait to start it. It is on Hoopla, so this should be able to happen no matter what. For Arithmancy, the prompt is to read something outside of your favorite genre. So my personal favorite genre is paranormal/fantasy, so I decided to go with a contemporary. I love contemporaries. It's my next favorite genre, but it's not my number one, so I say it counts. For this prompt, I'm going to be reading Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez. This book has been described as Grease meets Clueless. I'm a very big fan. I cannot wait to read this. For astronomy, you are to read a book at night, which is when I do most of my reading, but for now, the book that I'm going to be reading for this prompt is Sheets by Brenna Thumler. I've heard amazing things about this graphic novel, so I cannot wait to try it. For Care of Magical Creatures, you are supposed to read a book that has a creature on the cover that has a beak. And for this, I'm going to be reading Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. Now, technically, I'm reading this book right now in March. I'm supposed to be doing a month-long readathon. I have weekly chapters that I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm severely behind. So, in the event that I do not finish this book this month, I will be reading it for the Owls. For Charms, you are to read a book with a white cover, so I am reading White Hot Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is technically a reread for me, but I do eventually want to read the rest of the series, so I'm starting with this one. For Defense Against the Dark Arts, you are to read a book that takes place on or near or at the sea or coast. For this, I think this book will count. I'm not 100% positive. If it doesn't, I guess we will pick something else. But for now, I am picking Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Now, this book takes place at a college, but I believe that they are pretty close to the coast, so I'm hoping it counts. Please let me know in the comments if you have read this, and let me know if it does count. If it doesn't, I guess I will figure something else out. For Divination, you were supposed to make a list, number them, and then run a random number generator to choose which book to read. I should have filmed it, but I didn't. You just have to take my word for it that what I'm telling you is the book that was chosen. And that book is Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me by Mariko Tamaki. This book has been featured on many a TBR. I've had it in my possession, I think like 3 times, and I have never started it or anything. So I'm hoping that The Owls is my chance to finally read this. This book has won awards. It has been featured on best lists. It is everywhere and everyone loves it, and I need to friggin' read this book. For herbology, you are to read a book that starts with M, and for that I'm reading Moonlight Sins by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is one of her adult books. It is pretty long, I think almost 400 pages if I'm not mistaken, but I'm hoping we can get through it. I do have the audio. For history of magic, you are to read a book that features witches or wizards. The book I've chosen for this prompt loosely fits, I think, that it will count, and that is Ruthless Gods by Emily A. Duncan. This is the sequel to Wicked Saints. I'm so excited for it. If I'm not mistaken, it technically never uses the words witches or wizards, but it does feature blood magic, so if there's magic, there's technically witches and wizards. I'm gonna say it counts. For Muggle Studies, you are to read a contemporary, and I'm going to be using April's book club pick, and that book is The Lovely Reckless by Cami Garcia. As always, I do have the Goodreads link down below to my book club. This is an in-person book club, however, we have made a Goodreads group, so I hope you can join us. For potions, you are to read a book that is under 150 pages, and for that I have chosen Bittersweet Love by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Yes, there's a lot of Jennifer on this TBR, and I am so here for it. This book is a prequel to the White Hot Kiss series. So how I like to handle prequels is I like to read the first book first, and then I will read the prequel. I feel like reading it in that order enhances the experience. If I read the prequel first, then I feel like I know a little bit too much about the first book, and it kind of takes away the luster of that prequel. So I like to read them in the order that they kind of come out. And the very last class is Transfiguration. The prompt for this class is to read a book that features shape-shifting. And for this, I am hopefully going to be reading Lost by PC and Kristen Cast. This is my buddy read with Destiny from Fountain of Books. Hopefully we read the first book in March. I'm trying. I've made some headway. I think I'm halfway through, but hopefully we can get to this one next. It loosely features transfiguration. I mean, for one, people are turning into vampires, and there's also somebody who has kind of been cursed, but not so much, to turn into a bird during the day. So I'm gonna say that it counts. All right, guys, those are all 12 books, all 12 prompts, all 12 classes that I'm going to be trying to take in the month of April for the Owls. I am so excited about this. I cannot wait. I feel like I've picked some really good books. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you are going to be participating, please leave a comment down below because I would love to cheer each other on. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to please give it a thumbs up. If you loved it and you want to see more bookish content from me, please hit subscribe. And if you want to be notified as soon as my videos go live here on YouTube, hit the notification bell. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!